Welcome to the Divine Living Talk Show. I'm your host, Gina DeVee, and this is your weekly self-care segment. You are 10 minutes away from mastering the art of being the queen in your life. So grab your coffee, your journal, your green juice, and let's get started. Welcome to the Divine Living Talk Show. I'm your host, Gina DeVee, and today we are talking about being overwhelm-free. Imagine that. Imagine never getting yourself to a place where you are totally overwhelmed, where you feel like you're sinking, where once you're there, you can't get out of it. I have the solutions for you. So number one, I have a policy in my life where I actually do not allow overwhelm. Even in my programs, I don't even allow any of my clients to get into overwhelm. It, to me, is such a boring and unnecessary topic. Now, if you're in overwhelm, I'm not compassion free. I'm here to help you get yourself on track. This just happens to be one of my zones of genius, and it's about to be one of yours. So the first thing that overwhelm is attributed to is not being organized in your priorities. So people who are overwhelmed, they got too much shit going on. And for you to feel on track, on purpose, and totally collected in your life, you need to prioritize. You cannot do all the things that you have in your mind and manifest all of your desires and do everything and not automatically go into overwhelm. It's just the obvious thing that's going to happen if that's what you've got going on. So the way that I keep myself overwhelm free is I am fiercely connected to a few very specific desires. I move through them, accomplish them, manifest them, and then I move on to the next. So I never have more than about maximum 3 major projects going on at any given time. And at the beginning of the career, I had 1. Now, this doesn't mean that just because you have 1 project going on that there aren't like multiple subtasks, but you'll start to be more organized and streamlined and less scattered if everything you are doing is in connection to manifesting that one goal and that one desire. Because here's the deal, you only have a certain amount of time, but you also only have a certain amount of attention. So if your attention is scattered, even though you're using your time in a certain way, you're still going to have that feeling of overwhelm. So to be a queen in your life and to be overwhelm free, it starts with pick your priority. If the priority for the day is clean your house, then it's clean your house. And it's not like, oh my gosh, but I have so much to do in my business. Stop. Clean your effing house. Get it clean. Get it sparkly. Get yourself feeling fabulous. This is what I'm talking about in terms of manifesting one desire, whatever that is, because you know once those closets are organized and you've thrown out clothes or given them clothes away that you're no longer wearing and your kitchen is all organized and cleaned up, you are feeling rock solid. You feel like you can accomplish the world when your house is clean and organized, right? So do that. Do it well. Do it to completion, and then boom, then you can move on. If you're feeling like you have a desire to really get your body in shape, well, I'm not saying go and lose all 30 pounds or whatever it is before you go and do anything else, but get yourself making that a priority. If the priority is I'm working out for 20 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day, 60 minutes, whatever everything is, you go, you do that, you calendar that, and if your thing is working out, whatever. I'm the overachiever of the 20-minute-a-day workout girl, so we'll go with mine. If you're going to go work out 20 minutes, you go and you do your 20 minutes, and then you're done, and you're not even thinking about it anymore. And then check, move on. Now, let's get to your business. Obviously, as an entrepreneur, there's like just thousands of things you could be doing in any given day, let alone hundreds of thousands of projects and ideas and things that you're excited about, ways that you want to make an impact. Get clear and get focused. What's the one thing that you are looking to do right now? And yes, I said one. And this is how I became a multimillionaire from being a broke, struggling psychotherapist. I disciplined myself to focus on one thing. Beginning, that one thing was getting one new client that week, or it was going from $2,000 a month to $5,000 a month. And I had very short timelines, and I had very specific desires that I was looking to manifest. And I would pretty much do nothing that wasn't in direct alignment to that ultimate goal and that ultimate desire. So was I doing a podcast and a blog when I was looking to get those new clients and make money? No. I only focused on money-making activities, direct money-making activities. If someone listened to a podcast or read a blog, did not have a high enough stat rate for me that they were going to be pulling out their Amex. And I was fierce, I was committed, and I stayed true to my goal. So I did things that were specific money-making activities, so you can make a list for yourself about if your goal is to bring in a certain income, then what are the specific money-making activities that you need to do? So you start to get my point. You focus on the one goal until you manifest it, boom, and then you move on. Now here's the other thing about being in overwhelm. You have to also really prioritize yourself. And this took a lot longer for me to get, because I thought that I was going to be less overwhelmed if I was doing everything, and that's not actually how it occurred. Queens do not allow themselves to go into overwhelm. It's a very scattered way to be. It's like a flipping off of your power. You're just handing your power off. It's letting the tail wag the dog. Under no circumstances does a woman in her queenhood allow herself to get into overwhelm. And I'll tell you why. She has a sense of self, and she has a sense of her own boundaries. So for me at this point in my life, my career, I start to feel let's say my career cup filling up. And it's like, okay, I have these clients to coach, I have this content to create, I have these videos to shoot, and you start to feel it get filled up. I will not let my cup get filled to the rim, because at a certain point, if your cup is filled to the brim, even one drop will have it spill over, and thus you're spilling over into overwhelm. So as I start to notice, oh, my cup's getting a quarter of the way full, my cup's getting halfway full, I start to empty the cup so that I can keep an even flow going and I don't even get close to overwhelm. What I've learned is that when I prioritize myself and taking care of myself, where I'm not going to work past 6 o'clock at night, I'm not going to, in general, work on the weekends, I'm not going to get so stressed out and be inefficient in my daily life or my career. So it has forced me to learn the art of who else can do this. And this was really difficult for me at the beginning, not because I'm a control freak, which I'm not. I've always just wanted to be the talent. Anyone else can have CEO and CFO and COO, all that. We'll do that in another segment. What I have always been very committed to is allowing myself to enjoy the ride and create my business built on feminine principles. And so what I have learned is that other people can do things just as great, if not even better than me. Now at the beginning I thought, well, I was the only one that could write the copy. I was the only one that could do certain things. And it's amazing how untrue that is. So what I did at the beginning, I had a sticky note on my computer. Who else could do this? And as an email would come in, I had to train myself. Do I have to be the one to answer this client email? Do I have to be the one to create this content? Do I have to be the one to do this social media post? And if there was any chance that the answer was no, started delegating. So delegating has become my antidote to overwhelm. It starts with that commitment to being queen and to just being unavailable to go into overwhelm. The other thing that I do, and I share this a lot, is I calendar everything. I'm never scared of like, oh no, will I finish this in a week? Because I don't have a to-do list. Everything that I have to do in a week, there is time calendared for it. And there's even buffered time calendared for it. So if I know it's going to take this long to write some marketing pieces, or this long to coach, or this long to prep for a live event, it's all calendared out. So if there's something that goes before my work start time or needs to go past it because it's not going to fit in, back to who else can do this? Who else can do this? Who else can do this? So for you to have a very fierce commitment to living your life as a queen, which means you are going to be living your purpose. You are going to manifest your desires. You cannot live your purpose and manifest your desires from a place of overwhelm. So I highly recommend that you get yourself used to practicing these skills that I've shared with you today, and you'll see you're going to get really great at that. You're going to just be such the queen of your life. You're going to be so proud of yourself that you're not one of those busy women, because busy is boring, busy women who just got all these ideas floating around. The last thing this world needs is another woman with a great idea who doesn't have the ability to see it through. You are not that woman. You need to see your projects through and your desires through, because the world needs those to be manifested, and so do you. So allow yourself to be overwhelm-free, use these tips, and then I want to hear about all the amazing things that you accomplished, how proud you are of yourself, but mostly you will see that holding yourself in this position of queen will really change everything in your life, and overwhelm will be such a thing of the past. All right, so I want to see exactly what are you going to be delegating in your relentless pursuit to be overwhelm-free. Leave a comment, and please share this with all of your friends who are addicted to being in overwhelm, because you now know they no longer have to be.